New York, the McNallys. I mean, they were some sharp Italian. Well, I think they was Italian or something guys. I mean, they was sharp. One was tall. He was at least 6'9" or something, and one was kind of built a little bit, but stocky. But the crazy part about these two, I remember, McCaffrey too, another one I remember, is that one was trying out for the Knicks, I think it was basketball, and the other brother was trying out for the Mets. They both was gifted in basketball and baseball. They didn't make it, but they did try out for it. And they was good. So we always went to New York to play basketball, and we also had tournaments because we had teams. We had track team, basketball team, football, you name it. I mean, and I'm talking about some gifted mugs from the whole East Coast. Now, bad kids up there, and now producing their talent, and it was awesome to be honest. And I was basketball, track. I was good in track more than anything. I mean, I was gifted in track. I was like Forrest Gump. Run, Jerry, run. I'm serious. I was so good in track up there that a lot of people don't know is that they used to let me off the compound just to go running up in the mountains. And I remember I was running. I'd be just running. And I remember like, second wind, third wind, fourth wind kick in. I mean, I was gifted. I ain't gonna lie. I had a gift in track, but I didn't want track. I wanted basketball. I was good in basketball too, and I wanted to play pro basketball. Even though I was short, but I was good. I think I was good, and I could have got better, you know, in college or whatever. So while I'm up there, and they put you in the house according to your height and your size and all that. Because I think I weighed about 90 pounds. I know I was under 100 pounds back then. And everybody with me was in that same category, the 10 boys that's with me. And they also had some boys up there I remember was 13, 14, 15 years old, built like Mike Tyson. I'm serious, trust me. Big boys. And they had a big boys home for them and counselors and all that. We had a jail on there too, and most of them was in the jail all the time because they were out of control. That big group, them big boys, oh man, that was crazy. I mean, they were cool, but I mean, they had a lot of fights over there. My boys home, I had some brothers, about 4, 5 of them, at least three, say 3, 4 of them. They was out of control too. You had people like pretty much attempted to kill their parents or killed parents or whatever. I mean, the worst of the worst juveniles. I'm serious. Out of control. It's sent up to Lincoln Hall. And these people's job is to rehabilitate your butt. And they did a pretty good job. And there wasn't no physical, no yelling, none of that stuff. It was just, you had to look at it like this. This is the way I looked at it when I got up there. You got two choices, Jarrious. And a lot of people didn't know my name. It's Jarrious, Jarrious, Finney. But I've always been called Jerry Finney. So this is Jerry Finney. But my name is Jarrious Finney. And don't ask me where my mom, somebody said, I think my mom said somebody, lady gave it to her in the hospital. Looked it up a little bit. It was in the Bible. I think it's spelled Jarius. And it's a little deep story. I probably twisted it up a little bit. But, it was dealing with, if I ain't mistaken, the little girl that was supposed to be dead. And they were waiting on Jesus to come and heal her or whatever to wake her up. And the crazy part about it is, people said the black church version of it was Jesus was chilling. And like he had to come from like New York to North Carolina to save this girl. So all the way from New York, Jesus is just chilling. Every state he go in, he chilling with other folks, healing, blessing, doing what he do. And these folks up at the crib here in North Carolina waiting on him. He supposed to been here to heal this girl that's sick. And he chilling. And they hearing about it. He just, everywhere he go, he just talking, chilling. Everybody follow him. And when he finally got there, I think he was like a couple days late. And the girl had died. So everybody mad at Jesus. And Jesus get there like, chill. I was chilling. Y'all need to chill. don't know who I am. She ain't dead. The girl sleep. Go on outside somewhere. Let me do my job. And they came back. The little girl was alive. And you know, if y'all know that story, if I was telling it the way it is, send a shout out, comment. But back to what I was saying. So up in that boys' home. So now I'm saying to myself, I hope I know somebody here in the big boys' home, or they know my brothers or something for a little protection here or something, in case if I need it. Cause the big boys, like I said, all them in there, Mike Tyson size. I mean, they some big boys. Not all of them, that's how, but they were some big boys. I said, I hope somebody know my brothers at least to help me out. So as we going down to eat or something, I remember where everybody's at that time, who it might have been how many people? It was a couple hundred folks on that compound, if I ain't mistaken. So we all meeting down there at the lunch because they got a cafeteria and everything for us to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And we all had snacks and stuff at the house and all. And I remember coming out. We was going in to eat or coming out to eat or whatever. And I heard somebody say, "Little Finney." And I looked. I'm like, it was somebody from the big boys' home. I remember the guy from Wine Dance, but I didn't know him. But he knew Reggie. He knew my brother. And he was like, "Yo, man, I'm the number 2 guy here. And if you need anything, anybody messing with you, let me know." Oh, it was on. And I know everybody heard that was with me, my little 10 crew. So I was like, yes, I'm in the house now. And, the crazy thing about it is, as 18 months now, I had to be up here. Out of the 10 or 8 or however many was with us, 3 of us, it might have been 4, but I know 3 of us was at the top of the list in our house of dealing with. We in charge. Baskerville, Mark Baskerville, I remember him, and a Puerto Rican guy, I can't think of his name right now, but he he stayed with the horses. They ran a horse stable. He loved them horses. And he always be over there. That was his job with them horses while he was up there. And he was good at it. I can't think of his name, but he was out of control too. Us 3 was really out of control too, way out there. But we was in charge of the other 7 or 8, and we stayed up late at night, made sure they got their cookies and milk and all that stuff for the midnight snack, blah, blah, blah. Because we was 14, 15 years old. And we got to go home twice a month. Everybody else went home once a month. We went home twice a month. That's with the big boys, I was on the big boys chop. So the good part about it is I never got into a fight the whole 18 months up there. Never got into almost got into a couple, but not, with the 3 or 4 that was with me. And but we never got into a fight. And, I thank God for that, because it got hot a few times, but, it simmered down. But we had a boxing ring in our house, in our gym. So if you really want to throw down, go put on them gloves. And I know we used to put on the gloves just playing around and all. Shoot, I realized that boxing wasn't for me. Because them daggone gloves at one point felt like I had lead on. I couldn't even lift my arms hardly. I'm like, man, I can't get into this one. And you hitting up on my face and everything too. Oh, no. I was good now, don't get me wrong. But I just couldn't see. I would probably been a Sugar Ray Leonard if I had stayed focused. And I give all praise out to Tyrone Frazier in the house, Wine Dance. That boy now, thank God, I ain't never messed with him growing up. Tyrone Mitchell, Chill, Groove Beast, brother. He went pro from Wine Dance. And matter of fact, Joe Frazier's his uncle. Yeah, and he back Philly, Pennsylvania, Philly. He's up there, and growing up, I remember he was serious in that boxing. I remember Groovy Chill was serious in going to New York, and made that music in that series now, dealing with CIIs on TV. I mean, I remember them guys growing up. Put a shout out to them. But folks, this is for Wine Dance. Like I said, number talent in Wine Dance. Always. My brother, man, I just got to share because it's crazy. my whole family is gifted in sports, and my oldest brother Reggie, he was really gifted. I remember he was so gifted in baseball. Now this is a true story, folks. Reggie was so good in baseball. Scouts was looking for him in the 10th grade, ninth, 10th grade. He was playing varsity baseball in the ninth, 8th or ninth grade. I don't know. Started. I mean, he was just that good in all positions. Shortstop was his position. But man, he was good. But don't ask me what happened, why he didn't, he just, I don't know why. I remember scouts and the coach and them used to come by the house, like, where he at? Oh, they wanted him. He just, I don't know. I don't even want to talk about it. But all of us had gifted. Dwayne, my nephew, he had talent, I heard, in football. I never seen him play football, but I heard he was no joke. And I know they were looking for him, but he just, I don't know. Grady was good in football. He was a running back. Grady was real good. But I'm going to be honest. You couldn't pay me to want to play football back in them days because I was there with them guys. And them guys, I remember playing football was like grown men they were playing against. Wyandotte playing was grown men, the football team. And here I am weighing 90, 100 pounds. And I was good, but I wasn't going to be trying to be running out there with them motherfuckers weighing 180, 200 pounds all day long. I remember it like yesterday, folks. So, I'm up there at the boys' home. 18 months I got. Got to the end of my 18 months. I have a decision to make now. Big decision that could change my whole life. My 10th and 11th grade I did up there. I got a choice now to come back to Wyandotte Memorial High School for my senior year or stay up there to the boys' home and they'd transfer me to a higher boys' home with less restrictions, almost like an apartment you be living in, and you're going to school. Less restrictions. Everything taken care of. And a good possibility you're going to get a track scholarship. I had a decision to make. Now, I want you to ask yourself a question and send me a comment. What would you have done if you was in my situation? Now, remember this. By my 9th grade in Wyandotte Memorial High School, I'm expelled from the school. Can't come on the school property. If be seen, will be arrested on the spot. Now, after I do my 18 months upstate, they give me the option to come back to Wyandotte Memorial High School and graduate with my senior class of 79. Folks that I was in with: Melvin Baker, Reggie Coleman, Reggie Smith, Sandra Smith, Teresa Spann. I can go on and on. Yvette Shepherd, Fuller, all those folks back in the day. George Richardson, George Beeman, and Leotis Cole, Margaret Hockaday, Tony Brown, Tanya Brown back then, Cheryl Simmons, names just popping up into my brain cell right now. But folks, go back home and graduate with them. Now, I'm going to tell you what really, I think, put the icing on the cake for my recovery, from going from being out of control to being a civilized citizen, is we went on a tour, our house one day. They took us to a prison, all of us. They took us upstate New Jersey. I remember like yesterday, folks. We talking about back in 77, 78. We went to this prison